Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. My name is Nurul Hazwani Hamzah from the Malaysia Institute of Transport, MITRANS, UITM. Today, I will present my study entitled Emerging Trends in Passenger Facilities at International Airport Terminals, a Thematic Content Analysis. This study explores how international airports communicate passenger facilities through their official websites and what emerging trends can be identified from this digital representation. My presentation will cover the background of the study, methodology, results and findings, emerging trends, discussion, and finally, conclusion. Airports play an important role in economic growth, tourism, and international connectivity. However, passenger expectations toward airport terminal facilities are continuously evolving due to digital transformation, service innovation, and changing travel behavior. Today, passengers no longer evaluate airports solely based on operational efficiency. They also value comfort, convenience, accessibility, digital connectivity, and overall travel experience. At the same time, airport websites have become important strategic communication platforms. These websites shape passenger perceptions regarding service quality and experiential value even before passengers physically arrived at the airport. Despite global airport modernization, there are still inconsistencies in how terminal facilities are communicated online. Procedural facilities such as boarding or security are often underrepresented, while experiential facilities such as retail and leisure spaces receive greater visibility. Therefore, this study aims to understand how airports digitally represent passenger facilities and what emerging trends can be observed from these representations. The objective of this study is to investigate the emerging trends in passenger facilities communicated through international airport websites. A little bit of literature. In this study, airport terminal facilities were divided into two domains. The first domain is Passenger Processing Facilities or PF, which includes operational passenger flow facilities such as check-in, baggage handling, security screening, immigration, and boarding. The second domain is Passenger Non-Processing Facilities or NPF, which focuses more on experiential and support facilities such as retail, leisure, mobility services, prayer spaces, physiological facilities, and digital services. This classification was adapted from previous airport service and passenger behavior studies. Methodology. This study adopted a qualitative thematic content analysis approach using Atlas TI version 24. Data were collected through naturalistic website observation involving 10 anonymized international airport websites. The airports were purposefully selected based on geographical diversity, traffic tier, terminal scale, and English language website availability. Analytical coding process. A hybrid thematic coding process was employed. First, deductive coding was developed from literature, serve-qual dimensions, airport service models, and facilities management typology. Then, inductive coding was applied to identify emergent themes and contextual variations directly from website content. To ensure transparency and analytical rigor, audit trail documentation such as query outputs, code document matrices, and observational checklists were maintained throughout the analysis. Sample of airport websites. In this table, we can see airport category such as regions, traffic tier, terminal scale, and website language. 10 anonymized airports were labeled as Airport 1 to Airport 10. Results and findings. The thematic analysis identified 17 facility themes, 2 main domains, and 5 emerging trends. The findings revealed that passenger non-processing facilities (NPF) dominated airport website communication. The top grounded themes were retail and commercial zones, leisure and entertainment, airport access and connectivity, physiological facilities, and miscellaneous facilities. This indicates that airport place stronger digital emphasis on experiential and lifestyle-oriented facilities compared to procedural operational facilities. Emerging trends. The first emerging trend is digitalization and automation. This trend includes facilities related to check-in, baggage handling, security, immigration, boarding, and digital communication services. Examples observed include biometric systems, self-service kiosks, automated baggage systems, mobile applications, and touchless passenger services. These findings reflect airports' increasing reliance on technology to improve operational efficiency and passenger convenience. The second emerging trend is experiential commercialization. Airport terminals are increasingly positioned not only as transport infrastructures but also as lifestyle and commercial destinations. Retail zones, leisure facilities, ambience, and entertainment spaces are heavily promoted to enhance passenger experience and strengthen airport branding. The third emerging trend is inclusivity and accessibility. This trend includes mobility services, physiological facilities, prayer and meditation spaces, and multimodal access facilities. The findings suggest growing awareness toward diverse passenger needs, including accessibility support, special assistance services, and inclusive terminal design. The fourth emerging trend is sustainability and environmental awareness. Examples include EV charging stations, natural lighting, and environmental comfort features. The fifth emerging trend is cultural and regional differentiation, where airports incorporate local identity through cultural displays, multilingual signage, and region-specific services. Together, these trends show how airports increasingly communicate symbolic and experiential value beyond operational functionality. Cross-airport findings. Overall, the findings reveal strong visibility of passenger non-processing facilities compared to passenger processing facilities. This suggests that airport websites function more as passenger experience marketing platforms rather than purely operational portals. The findings also indicate that international airports are evolving from traditional transportation infrastructure into passenger-centered experiential ecosystems. Key strategic directions identified include digital transformation, experiential branding, inclusive design, sustainability awareness, and cultural positioning. These developments reflect broader changes in airport service innovation and terminal planning globally. In conclusion, this study identified 5 major emerging trends in passenger facilities at international airport terminals: digitalization and automation, experiential commercialization, inclusivity and accessibility, sustainability and environmental awareness, cultural and regional differentiation. This study contributes by expanding understanding of airport service communication and highlighting the visibility imbalance between processing and non-processing facilities. Recommendation. These findings may support airport operators, planners, and policymakers in improving passenger-centered and sustainable development strategies. This study also aligns with SDG 9 Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure as well as SDG 11 Sustainable Cities and Communities. These findings suggest that airport terminals are increasingly communicated as experiential ecosystems rather than purely operational transport infrastructures. Now we reach the end of presentation. Thank you for your time.